I think heartbreak, breakups, someone leaving us stems from them not seeing how good we truly were. And that's not true. As a men's coach, I've heard this story 100 of times. She left, I'd done everything right, and still feel like I wasn't good enough. I want you to understand that the only reason why you feel like you were good enough is because you were lying to yourself. The only reason why you felt like you wasn't good enough is, again, because you were lying to yourself. You never needed to be anything. You didn't need to be good enough. You just needed to be you. And the attachment of identity attached to an action is a lie. Your identity is you. The moment you attach an action to your identity, you are lying. You will never be good enough. Because when you were born, you didn't need to do anything to exist. So when did you add, or when did you have to now become something in order for you to be good enough? That's the question you need to ask yourself. But most importantly, why was it that it was okay for you to be you in the specific time period and then all of a sudden it wasn't? And I'm not saying you shouldn't work for yourself. I'm not saying you shouldn't build things, but you need to understand that your identity isn't attached to what you do or say. When you avoid yourself, it's natural for you to avoid her too. So when you avoid her tears, you avoid her dramatic antics, you text or you try to fix or flee situations because you don't want to handle it, or most importantly, you want to fix it and move on because you don't deal with your emotions. You don't hold space for your emotions. You just watch them and then put them in a shell and say, I'm not dealing with that. Doesn't do anything for me. And as much as I get where that comes from, because I promise you, that was me. I did not deal with my emotions. I came from a background where I even shared with you in some of my previous videos. I asked my dad, how do you deal with stress? He said he doesn't. Because it doesn't exist. I am allowing something that's not real to exist, but it's real. Stress exists, anger exists, emotions are real. And guess what? These emotions need to be not just felt, like the world tells you to. No, they need to be utilized. They need to be commanded, guided, used to empower things that you believe in, right? So every single time you run from emotion, you are replaying your childhood training where they tell you, as a man, you don't cry. As a man, you don't show how you feel. You just suppress it, you keep it to the corner. You see, we're told, suppress your emotion, be nice, don't rock the boat, be good. No one says, be safe, be strong, be still. And those 3 words could change everything in a man. Be still. The moment you're able to keep calm when someone's angry at you, not only you show confidence and dominance, but you show them that they're not in control, you are. Because you didn't react, they did. Be strong. You see, when they tell you to be strong, they don't understand that strength also means being able to stand in difficult times. Be safe. Once you create safety for yourself, it becomes impossible or almost impeccable for you not to want that for someone else. So when you're now sitting with your emotion, you're saying, I wonder why I felt this way. Let's have a conversation. The next person that comes at you and is barking, or your wife is like, oh, I'm really upset about what you've done. Okay, cool. What made you say that? Right? Because you've created that safety for yourself first. Focus on being good enough or trying to prove that this isn't something that we need to be dealing with, or whatever the case is, right? What we fail to realize is we become pleasers rather than owning our presence. You see, the painful truth is this. A woman doesn't leave you because you weren't good. But being good isn't what you think it is. It's simply not enough. I've made a video about it, but I'll keep drilling it so that people can start believing it for real. Being good doesn't mean anything without being strong, being still, and most importantly, being intentional. when they don't feel your gravity, when they don't feel your aura, when they don't feel your ability to decide and mean what you say, what they see is an invisible, someone that's not really there, but they say is there, but it's like the voice are contradicting themselves. This guy's invisible. He doesn't even believe his word. So what was he saying? How is he there? I can't see him, right? Because when you please people instead of holding them, what you're showing them is that I am here to give you pleasure. I'm not here to hold my space and build something with you so that you can also hold yours, or we can hold it together, right? And you being able to create that safety for yourself allows them to feel like they can have or rely on your safety too. Now, that's pretty much leadership under pressure, okay? And that comes, like I said, from being able to do that for yourself first. You see, we have grown onto this misconception and lie that once things don't go to plan, what we need to do is overcompensate, do more, right? Someone isn't pulling their weight, cover up what they're not doing so that it doesn't feel like the work hasn't been done. And I'm here to tell you, that's why you're drained. That is literally why you're drained. You're doing a 2-month job with a one person's body and a one person's brain, okay? So no, you don't need more texts. No, you don't need more effort. And no, you don't need to show up more. What you need is to play your position. And your position isn't more of you. The position is you present intentionally. And the difference between the two is one requires more work, the other one requires more intention. And when I mean intention, it means clarity, it means presence, it means assertiveness, it means I am here. And I know that I can feel myself, I can feel you because I have allowed myself to be present. I am here. You're here, as in you're here. You're not thinking of 1,000 things. No, let me just give up. No, you're here. You're sitting down with her and you're looking her in the eyes and you're saying, talk to me. I can hear you. I see you. You're present, right? You see, when we work too hard not to lose people, we end up doing exactly that. Because we believe that it's working that will save them rather than understanding exactly why they feel the need to leave. You see, even when it comes to guests coming to your home, have you ever seen when it's getting late but you're still seated there, you're showing comfort? Most time, if the guest is really comfortable being around you, they're not moving a flinch. They may stay for 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Do you know what makes them leave? Is the fact that you left in the first place. You may not have left physically, but you've left mentally. And that's the best analogy I can give you. Because if you're the guy that's always trying to prove that you're good enough, what you need to do is stop performing and start leading. But leadership comes from you creating a pact with yourself. That you're going to show up for yourself. And you're not just showing up for yourself, but you're showing up for the child that's inside of you. You're showing up for the childhood self that needed to be reparented. You see, I'm going to discuss this in another video, but very short neck of the story is this. The reason why you went through what you went through is because your parents done the best they could with the information they had. And if they were blind or they were guiding themselves in things that they weren't aware of, then you now blaming them is blaming someone that couldn't see what you saw. Is that fair? And then, look, I know. I'm not the type of guy that's going to come and tell you that life is fair, because it isn't. But what you don't need is more blame, more effort, more excuses. What you need is clarity. You need to acknowledge the mess. You need to go inside the wardrobe and say, I'm going to start tidying up that mess. Because until you do that, you're going to struggle to connect your nervous system to decisive intention and actions. The masculine recalibration, which is part of the work I do for you guys, is you understanding as a man how to embrace yourself fully. You're in full leadership of your body. Everything you say and do is directed by you. That is a masculine recalibration. When you now park your emotions to the side, that's not masculine. That's as feminine as it gets. And guess what's so funny about this? In order for you to be fully masculine, you need to also understand how to be fully feminine. Why? Because it's in your femininity that you're going to understand, oh, that's why she does what she does. You're going to be able to understand and relate. Oh, wow, so me being able to hold space, which is seen as feminine, allows me to be masculine, because now when she needs me to hold space, I can do it, sure. I can lead because I've been there. Competence comes from applied knowledge, but most importantly, being able to implement things when it comes down to it. How are you going to handle someone's emotions when you're not handling yourselves? Now, this is what I teach, okay? And I'm more than happy to work with you guys. But before that happens, I need to see if this is someone that can actually be trained, someone that can actually develop, someone that I can actually build with, all right? So if that sounds of interest, drop me a message on Instagram or just book a call in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I know this week's videos are short, but I wanted to make them short and impactful in the hopes that you can gain the influence and change you need to move to the next phase of life. See you in the next video. Peace.